Hello everyone, I hope you are having a magnificent Friday. I know I am because after months of construction, we have finally built the library. Ha ha ha! I'll move it a little. Look, see, there's a whole section over here. Oh, it's so nice. I'm so happy. So this is our library slash office, because you can't see, but my desk is here. I can't even bend it that way. Can't see because it's clipped on. So my desk is here. It goes against the window there. It also wheels, so I can move it out here. And then we got Little Witch's homeschool area, which has experiments and arts and crafts, board games, jewelry making, nail art, all the things. And then we have this awesome crash pad right here, which I am absolutely in love with. My mom made a giant pillowcase for the crash pad we had so that it wasn't like this bright blue thing that didn't like match the aesthetic. So now we have a dark academia crash pad. So anyway, as you can see, I'm very excited to be in my new office area and am happy to be here today to talk to you guys about our main character energy New Year's goal setting workshop. Now, a lot of you probably are like, main character energy, what does that mean? Or goal setting workshop, like those never work for me. And I totally get it. Like I've been there, I've done that, read the book, got the hat. But we're going to approach this a little differently. And I mean, we approach everything we do a little bit differently because we're BMC and we're fantasy fitness, and we are like, look, I got all my fantasy, I purposely put them here so you guys can see them in the background. So that's not all of the fantasy books, I still have to unpack more, but we are fantasy fitness, and we are here to inspire people to want to achieve their greatest accomplishments, achieve their greatest goals, get to where they want to be in life, but in a way that's fun for them. So this isn't just any goal setting workshop. This is the BMC Fantasy Fitness Goal Setting Workshop through the main character energy subcategory, we'll call it, because we have main character energy workshops, main character energy visualizations. So this one is main character energy New Year's goal setting workshop. So we are super excited to have you here as we gear up to make 2025 the most epic chapter in your story. I know I'm excited to have it be the most epic chapter in my story, starting with an awesome new library that I can't stop pointing at it. So, anywho, if I haven't told you already, because I got really excited and wanted to show you guys the library, my name is Coach Bren, and we are diving into what is going to help you embody your main character energy through this workshop we're doing today. And we're going to teach you how to set powerful, holistic goals that align with your personal values and aspirations. By the end of the session, you'll have the tools to understand the power of goal setting, exploring the 8 dimensions of wellness, being able to identify and confront your fears and goals, and break your annual goals up into actionable steps. Break your goals up into actionable steps. So we're not just going to say, okay, here, let's set annual goals. We're going to say, okay, let's set annual goals. Okay, now, what do you do with them? Here are the next steps for you. Because a lot of people will say, okay, here, let's set goals for the year. And then you don't know what to do with them from there. And I don't want to do that to you. So let's get started. First and foremost, what is main character energy? So it has become a little bit of like a buzzword in the social media realm, as well as the fantasy realm, D&D, even just kind of the next generation using it as a description for said people. So it's more than just a buzzword though. It's a mindset, especially with fantasy fitness under BMC. So main character energy is about stepping into your power and owning your story and becoming the hero, legend, awesome villain of your life. So becoming that person you aspire yourself to be. It's about recognizing that you are the protagonist in your narrative with the ability to shape your own destiny through your actions and choices. So think about your favorite book or movie characters and think about the challenges they face and think about how they always rise to the occasion, right? They always have that character arc where they develop. Sometimes we don't even like the main characters in the beginning of the stories we read, but then over time they develop, and then we appreciate them. So they grow, they evolve, and they conquer their fears. So main character energy means showing up for yourself, embracing your strengths and your imperfections, and creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. So it's about being intentional with your time, energy, and focusing on what truly matters, and believing in your ability to overcome obstacles. That's the important part, the actual ability to believe in yourself. If you just write this down and say, all right, I'm going to do the goal setting workshop, but internally you don't believe that you're going to be able to accomplish it, then nothing's going to happen. You have to change that inner monologue, inner dialogue into, yes, I got this. I am a fucking badass and I can accomplish anything. Because if you're not saying that to yourself, then it doesn't matter what you write down. You have to be able to change that inner monologue to the same monologue that all of your favorite legends that you read about and you see in these movies have. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to help you take charge of your narrative and design a year that aligns with your goals, values, and dreams. So let's talk about goal setting before we actually set the goals. So there's studies that show that specific, measurable goals increase your chances of success, of accomplishing something, by 42%. And why is that? Well, because it gives you a direction and a purpose. Because without measurements for goals, we just have dreams. When we put a dream to a measurement, it actually makes it a goal. It actually makes it somewhere we're going. We have a milestone to track to get there. So it acts as your North Star, guiding you through your adventures and challenges along the way. But here's the thing. Not all goals are created equally. So there's some different aspects of building a goal that you should take into consideration when building said goal. The first one is it a holistic goal that you're setting? Now, at BMC, everything we do is based on holistic wellness, meaning that we address all 8 dimensions of wellness, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So you want to make sure that when you are goal setting for the year, you're not just focusing on one area of your life. You're focusing on trying to find balance in all 8 areas of your life. Like I said, we'll get to in a second. From there, to set powerful, holistic wellness goals, you can use 2 tools that are key to helping you make sure that they're set up for success. The first one, which is very common nowadays of people understanding and knowing, whether it's through business, whether it's through personal training, with like training with the trainer, whatever it may be, which is SMART goals. So this stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So by making sure your goals meet this criteria, you can create a clear, actionable objective that are realistic and achievable. So what I mean by this is, for example, we'll say physical wellness. You say, I want to get fit, or I want to get in shape. People love to say that. I want to get in shape. Okay, but what does that mean for you? So a SMART goal would be, I want to run a 10K by October 15th, 2025 by training 3 times a week. See, it has a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goal. That's what we're talking about here. From there, the second tool that a lot of people actually don't talk about, we talk about SMART goals a lot, but the other one is a SWOT analysis. Now, not SWAT like SWAT team, like S-W-A-T, it's S-W-O-T, so SWOT analysis. So everyone talks about the SMART goals, but SWOT analysis is, I notice, a little less popular or less known, and this tool helps you assess your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So SWOT, S-W-O-T. Now, we're going to break down an example of this later in this workshop, so I'm not going to give you an example right now, but by understanding these factors, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats, you can set goals that leverage your strengths, address your weaknesses, and navigate potential opportunities and potential challenges so that you're setting goals that are actually smart and not just like, okay, it's a measurable goal, but it doesn't really apply to my lifestyle. SWOT analysis allows you to reflect on the goal to make sure that it actually fits your lifestyle, your barriers, your challenges. And then from there, so I said we were going to address the 8 dimensions after I explained what SMART and SWOT is. So we're going to set SMART goals and use SWOT analysis for all 8 dimensions of wellness, 8 dimensions of your life. Now, each aspect of these dimensions is a part of your life that contributes to your overall well-being. Now, before I give you the 8 of them, which I've listed them on here before, but if you're new, you may not have heard of them before, I do want to clarify an important distinction between health and wellness, because people think health and wellness are the same thing, and they're not. Health, if you want to be very, very specific, is defined by the World Health Organization as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. So what this means is, think of your character's health bar, right? In a game, in a board game, in a movie, whatever it may be. That represents your current state of being. So you have your health bar. So if your health bar is full, you're vibrant, ready for anything, ready for challenges, ready to take on the world. If your health bar is low, that signals that you need rest or healing. Well, I mean, if you're in a game, maybe you're going to die and then you lose a life. We don't want that. We only got one of those here. So wellness, on the other hand, is a dynamic process of making intentional choices to fill or deplete that health bar. So health is right where you are at. It's a measurement of where you're at, whether you are full health bar, low health bar. Wellness is the choices you make to make that health bar go up or down. So it's the actions to gain health points, to gain mana, coins, whatever you want to call it, to fill that health bar up or deplete it. This could be exercise, meditation, learning, spending time with family. So together, health and wellness create a holistic picture of your well-being. Now, with that being said, let's go into the 8 dimensions of wellness, thinking of them of the 8 categories that can increase your health bar or decrease your health bar depending on if you address them or not. So we have physical wellness, your body's health and fitness, yes, but also nutrition, sleep, hydration, recovery. We have emotional wellness, which is your ability to regulate your emotions, self-reflect, process stress, build resilience, and maintain a positive outlook. And intellectual wellness, which is lifelong learning and creativity. So it's not just reading books, but it's learning how to do music, dancing, art. So those 2 aspects of intelligence. Social wellness, which is building meaningful relationships within the community as well as with yourself. Spiritual wellness, which is connecting with however you define your core values and purpose in life. Environmental wellness, which is, people are like, oh, reuse, reduce, recycle, but yes, but also living in harmony with your surroundings. So liking the environment you live in, liking, we just redid the playroom and made it a library. I absolutely love this room and want to stay in this room all the time right now. So that's what I'm talking about, environmental wellness, making the places around you, your car, your workplace, your home, enjoyable to be in. Occupational wellness, finding fulfillment in your work, vocation, passion, job, whether it's paid, volunteer, stay-at-home mom, dad, whatever it may be. And then financial wellness, which is managing your resources and investments effectively. So when you set goals across all of these dimensions, you're not just working on one part of your life. You're leveling up your entire character. You're filling your entire health bar. And while I say this all the time when we talk about the 8 dimensions, I don't expect you to put 100% into all 8 of these at the same time. You don't have 8 health bars at 100%. You have 1 health bar. So to take that 100 and divide it by 8, you get like 12 and a half. So you only have about 12 to 13% to put into each of these at once. Now, maybe something happens at work and you have a really big project. So maybe you take, 10% from social wellness, and you're only putting 2% into that right now, and then you take that 10% and you add that to occupational. So now you're at 22, 23% on that. It ebbs and flows as the seasons change. Do not think you need to put 100% into all of these. It's learning how to find balance in all of these. That's the key to setting realistic goals and achieving where you actually want to go. Now, one more thing before we set the goals, because this is also an aspect that I feel like is not spoken about a lot when it comes to goal setting. Everyone always has like that exercise I notice in all of these like self-help books where they're like, write where you want to be in 10 years in the present tense. And while I like that as an exercise, I feel that there are better exercises to help you decide what goals to set based on where you are now. It's good to know where you want to be, but goals need to be set to get from point 1 to point 2 to point 3, not from point 1 to point 100. So there's this concept that's called fear setting that allows you to address the main antagonists in your story, we'll say, which is your fears. So fears often hold us back from our true potential. You know, that character arc that we were talking about, character development over time. This could be fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success. And all of these can keep us back from taking action. So fear doesn't have to hold you back. We can use fear setting to confront and manage our fears. Fear setting is a concept that was introduced by, his name's Tim Ferriss, and it's a powerful tool to help you overcome the paralyzing effect of fear. And this may not be something you even consciously notice. This could be something subconsciously you're doing to yourself. And it's about breaking down the fears into 3 key areas. So defining the fear. So what exactly are you afraid of? What is the worst case scenario for specifically how I do it is the 8 dimensions of your life. So for physical wellness, what is the worst case scenario you can think of for your physical health? From there, prevention. What can you do to prevent the worst case scenario from happening? And then step 3 is repair. If the worst case scenario does happen, how can you repair and recover from it? So this allows you to understand that your fear is not like an end-all be-all, that there are things and steps you can do to work through it and overcome it. So for example, social wellness, we'll say, I'm afraid of rejection when it comes to making new friends. Worst case scenario is that I feel lonely and disconnected. So to prevent this, I can start by attending a small social events or joining online communities that align with my interests, maybe reading fantasy books. I'll remind myself that it's normal to feel awkward at first, and it's okay that not everyone clicks with me. To repair, if, worst case scenario, I feel lonely and disconnected, if I do face rejection, I can remind myself that it's not personal and that everyone has their own preferences. I'll continue to put myself out there and try again, knowing that eventually I'll find the right people. This one, I feel this deeply in me, coming from someone who has always kind of been the odd black sheep. Now I just paint my whole house black instead and just take it in and love being the black sheep. But anyway, so I want you to think of your own fears across the 8 dimensions of wellness. And I want you to write them down. Now, for time purposes, I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to explain to you how to do this, and you can pause and then actually do it for all 8 fears and then continue on. So for fear setting, you can make a little dot. You make 4 columns. My finger's in the way there. And then from there, so you'd have the dimension, so one of the 8 dimensions, physical, financial, social, all the way down. Then from there you have define, prevent, and repair. You can't see it there. And then from there you'd have all of the dimensions, so on and so forth. And then you can fill it out as you go. I just wanted to give you a visual for it. So if you want to pause and write down all 8 dimensions, define them all, prevent them all, repair them all, then from there you can come back and we can continue to the next steps. By using this tool, you can transform your fears into actionable steps, making them a lot less daunting. Because remember, every hero, like I said, sometimes we read stories and we don't even like the main characters in the beginning. I know I have stories like that. And then by the end of it, I'm like, oh, wow, they grew, they've been through so much, they worked on themselves, they self-reflected, and now, they're not a bitch, or now, they have a found family, or whatever it may be. So every hero, every legend faces challenges, but it's how you address them and overcome them that shapes your journey along the way. Now, with that being said, let's finally talk about setting these annual goals and action planning for moving forward into 2025. So, as I said, we broke down what SMART goals are and what the SWOT method is. So we have an understanding of what that is. So once you define each of your fears, so for each of the dimensions, you can then set a SMART goal to address said fear. So for instance, if you're afraid of failing at a new career goal that you set, a SMART goal can be, I will take an online course related to my career twice, because they're a little long, so say it's like a 6-month course, 6 months course. So I will take 2 new online related courses to help me build my understanding of my new career so that I complete one every 6 months for the next 2 years to build my skills and build my confidence. So whatever your fear is, you then set a goal to pair with said fear, and a SMART goal specifically at that. Now, like I said, from there, you do the SWOT analysis to make sure that it fits your story particularly and isn't just a really detailed, specific, measurable goal that doesn't apply to you. So with the SWOT analysis, like I said, it's strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. So for strengths, you're going to ask yourself with your SMART goal, you're going to look at it, and you're going to say, what personal strengths can I use to tackle this goal? Maybe you have a strong work ethic or a supportive network, or you have people in the field, whatever it may be. What weaknesses might make this goal more challenging? Maybe personal struggles with time management or procrastination. Opportunities, what opportunities can you create to overcome this goal? So maybe there's a mentor or a new resource that can help. And then threats. What external threats could prevent you from succeeding? So this could be things like lack of time or external judgment. And then looking at this, you can then see, okay, does the goal I set, is it realistic, or do I need to tweak it from there and adjust it so that it is more realistic, that R in the SMART goal, which makes it attainable, which is the A in the SMART goal. Okay, from there, so let's go through each of the 8 dimensions with examples of each for goals that you can set for yourself. So the first one, physical wellness. So I want to complete a 10K by October 15th, and I will do this by training 3 times a week starting January 1st. Emotional wellness. I'm going to write in a gratitude journal every evening for 5 minutes to cultivate a positive mindset. I recommend the ones that have prompts in them. I'm not a good just like free journaler, and if you're kind of skeptical at journaling, they have a lot of ones that ask you like questions and stuff. Super helpful. Intellectual wellness. I'm going to read 1 nonfiction book per month on a new topic to expand my knowledge. Or I'm going to paint every Saturday morning for 30 minutes to expand my creativity. Like I said, it's not just learning, it's creativity as well. From there, social wellness. I'm going to plan and attend 1 social outing with friends or family every month. Spiritual wellness, I'm going to meditate, pray, or self-reflect for 10 minutes daily to deepen my connection with my inner self. And then environmental wellness. I'm going to purge or rearrange 1 room in my home each month or quarter, depending on how big your house is, until you feel welcomed in each of them, starting February 1st. So like we just redid the playroom because we were not feeling the vibes of it. It was not working for our home, so we redid it in a way that works for us better. From there, occupational wellness. So I am going to enroll in and complete a professional certification course by June 30th. And then financial wellness. I'm going to save $5,000 for an emergency fund by setting aside $200 from every paycheck, or whatever it may be. So these are all 8 dimensions and examples of SMART goals that you can put into each of these dimensions. So once you have the annual goals, from there you break them down. So you don't have to do all of this at once. You can because I'm going to say the first step is quarterly goals, the monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. Now you don't have to sit there and go through set up goals for the 365 days for the year, and the 52 weeks for the year, and the 12 months for the year, and the 4 quarters in the year. What you can do is, okay, it's quarter 1. I'm going to set my quarter 1 goals. You look at your annual goal, and then you figure out how over the next 3 months you can attack that goal. And then from there, first month, okay, what can I do for that quarter goal this month? And then, okay, first week, okay, what can I do for my month goal this week? And then, okay, what can I do for my week goal today? So don't worry about looking out 12 months in advance and planning these goals, because life changes. It always changes. We're in seasons, we have ups and downs, and you're not always going to be able to do the same thing that you're doing today. It's not going to work 6 months from now because life changes. And it's the same, like with people tend to want to like, I'm going to eat the same thing every day. And I'm like, that's not how our life works. That's not how our body works. You can't expect to succeed with doing the same thing every day because you don't have that capacity every day. You have to learn how to be adaptable. That's the key, consistency and adaptability. So once you have your annual goals for all 8 dimensions, break them down into your first quarter goals, break them down into your first month goal, break them down into your first week goal, break them down into your first day goal. So this process will ensure that you make consistent progress over time without feeling overwhelmed. Remember, even small actions add up over time. So it's for physical health, it could be, I'm going to drink more water. And the goal for your first day can be, I'm going to have 8 ounces. And the next day can be, I'm going to have 9 ounces. And then I can have 10 ounces. You don't have to start off with, I'm going to drink a gallon of water a day. If that's not where you're at, then don't start with that. So that's the whole point of the SMART and SWOT analysis, so that they are realistic for where you are at. So we just laid down the foundation for an incredible year for you. If you need to pause, go back, replay anything, go right ahead. I gave out a lot of information, but I didn't really give time to write anything down. So, pause me at any time and go back and write things down that you need to do so that you have everything, fear setting, goal setting, and everything ready for next week. Now, if you want to take the thought out of goal setting, stay tuned because I have been working on one of the newest additions for BMC, which we are calling it the Main Character Energy Holistic Goal Setting Planner and Workbook. It's a really long name. I don't know how to shorten it without you guys knowing what it is. But I'm really excited because it's a planner and a journal and a workbook all in one. So I tell everyone, like, all of those like habit trackers and everything you save on Pinterest and all those journals you save and the planners you save and then like the ones you never use, or you have, your annual planner and then you have your daily journal and all of these different, gratitude planner. I put it all into one in chronological order. So you can just flip the page each day and do a little bit more. So it goes through what we did today. So we did chapters 4 through 8 today. In a very brief sample section. But if you want to take the thought out of the goal setting, the thought out of the journaling, the thought out of achieving your goals and scheduling them, this planner will guide you through every step of the process, making it easier for you to stay on track. And on top of that, it's fantasy fitness themed. So it's talking to you like you're the main character of your story, of your journey. So to stay updated on these releases, make sure you stay in or join the Achievers community, depending on who you are watching this, because this is available to the public. And you can get to the Achievers community by typing bit.ly/BMC Achieve. So there you'll get exclusive access to our new tools, workshops, resources. Anytime we release anything new, anytime we have a new event, we always put it in the Achievers community, and it's open and a free community for everyone. So share with your friends, family, tell your neighbors, all the things. From there, if you're ready to dive deeper and check out our other guides and programs and memberships, you can go down to bit.ly/BMC EANA packages. And we are extending our Black Friday sale all the way until the end of the year. So we're giving 30% off everything with code BLACKFRIDAY24. So if you want to get a 12-week workout program for strength training or a 12-week program for cardio, or just get a membership and get access to over the 25 programs that we have, over 1,000 recipes, food tracker, and chat with us in a little chat setting in the app, then you can just get a membership and get access to everything. But everything's 40% off right now, all the way until the end of the 31st. So thank you for joining us today. Remember, you are the legend of your own story, and go out there and slay your goals. We can't wait to see what you achieve in 2025. Keep shining, keep striving, and keep living in your main character energy. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy New Year.